Hey guys, it's Shai here, and today I'm doing my Week 5 versus Jadk for the GPL. So this week I ended up bringing Spec Swallow with Boom Burst, HP Ground, U-Turn, and Tailwind. Sub Low Punny, Ghost EMZ, Mew, offensive, Salt Vest, Electros, offensive, Alola Marowak, and bulky Alola just as a pivot. Alola is an amazing pivot. I really do like this mon as a pivot. Wish passing is nice. My opponent's team, he brought Greninja, Victini, Doublade, Delphox, Manectric, and Conkeldurr. If you can see, just based off what he brought, his team is extremely weak to Ghost, and that is why I brought Ghost DMZ Mew. And I brought Alolan Marowak, and he also doesn't have very many, if at all, ground switch-ins. Looking at his team currently, he has type Null as the only other thing to deal with Ghost types, so he didn't have a whole lot to bring for the matchup. So he brought Greninja, and that's going to be his one way to deal with Alola Marowak. So Alola Marowak can't really do much until the Greninja's gone. Alola Marowak beats Victini 1-on-1. I'm Lightning Rod this week, so I just take a Bolt Strike and don't care, or V-Create only does like 38 to 40%. There's probably a bigger range than that, but I don't remember the calc off the top of my head. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and lead off this game with Low Punny. Low Punny led really well versus his team outside of him leading Victini. I didn't feel like he would leave Victini, seeing what my team has a lot of counters to Victini to start off this game. I have Alola and Alola Marowak, which both just wall it. So I'll lead Low Punny, and predicting him not to want to lose his Greninja, which is his only real way of dealing with Mew and Alola Marowak really well. I go straight for a substitute with the Low Punny. I was happy that I was able to get a sub up first turn. I go straight for a high jump kick as he subs. Why is it not pausing when I click pause? I don't know. This Showdown replay doesn't like me very much. But I don't understand why he went for the sub there. I think it was, I guess, to make sure I could miss potentially for the third one. But he goes for a Gyro Ball, breaks my sub. I go for another high jump kick and kill him. So now I'm up early, 5-6. Low Punny he didn't really have a good switch into high jump kicks. I guess he could have gone into Victini, but I guess he didn't want to, because Victini didn't really do a whole lot for him. It just gave me momentum by going into Marowak, which Marowak then would get a kill versus him. So he goes on to Conkeldurr, which is a huge threat to my team. Knockoff plus fighting coverage kind of destroy it, so this is why I brought out Olomomola. I go out into Olomomola to eat a Drain Punch. It doesn't do very much. And so here I go for a Wish. He goes for a Knockoff to get rid of my leftovers, which is fine. Most of the time, Olomomola doesn't really need leftovers unless you're trying to stall something out. So I go ahead and switch out of Olomomola, get that Regenerator, go out into Mew. As I predict him to Drain Punch, and as he does click Drain Punch, I go back to full. I click Psychic to go for the safe play here, because this is a really early game. There hasn't been too much predicting. I did go for the early prediction start off the game, so I just kind of went with the safe play here, just in case he wanted to knock me off, because it did like 53% to me, and I didn't want that to happen, and Psychic put a huge dent in him, and he kind of needed Conk for a lot of my special offensive mons to deal with it. So I go for Psychic as it goes into Delphox. It only does about 21%. So here, Shadow Ball does not kill me from full, and Shadow Ball doesn't kill him from full. So here I go for the Z Ghost move, because the only other thing it really hits on his team is Victini, and I don't really need to hit anything else with it. So I go for the Z Ghost move as he sets up a Wish. I don't really understand why he went for a Wish here, but I guess he was predicting me to switch out and trying to get Delphox back to full, but Delphox dies straight up to the Never-Ending Nightmare from Offensive Mew. He goes into Greninja here. I have a dedicated switch in Olomomola and Electros, so I go ahead and go on to Electros here to take any oncoming Dark Pulse. He goes straight up for a U-turn to gain his momentum. He goes on to Conk. So instead of, switching out into Olomomola here, I go for an Acid Spray. Because I want to weaken the Conk down enough to where Mew gets to kill it, and I'm okay with Electros taking heavy damage right now because I am faster than the Conk, and Electros at this time doesn't really need to be here, because after I get a sack from this, it basically lets me go into Low Punny, and Low Punny can just push through a lot of his team with return. So goes for the knockoff. I lose my Assault Vest and go for the Volt Switch to do like 51% because he's -2 SpDef. I go into the Olomomola here. He gets back up to around 50%. But I do go ahead and double out into Marowak here, predicting him to just go for another Drain Punch or go for a knockoff even, which, I don't know. I don't think I predicted the knockoff here, because otherwise I don't think I would have switched in my win con. But he goes and doubles out into Greninja here. And he goes straight up for a Water Shuriken, and I go into Alomomola, who just eats that like it's nothing. Then, as using this as a pivot, I go for a Wish here, as he goes out into Conk, which I don't understand why he went out into Conk. I've already shown that I don't lose to this. But he goes for a knockoff. It does, like I said, around like 56% to my Mew, but Olomomola is fat, so I go back to full. I click Aura Sphere here, because I predicted the Greninja to come in, and the Greninja came in, and it does not kill it, which is unfortunate. So predicting him to want to stay in the lead and keep momentum, because that's the only way he would win at this point, is keeping Greninja alive and keeping pace momentum. I stay in, hoping that potentially he would go for an over prediction, predicting me to go out into anything else. But he goes straight up for a U-turn, and for some reason I Aura Sphere here. I kind of confused about this play, why I did this, but I guess it was a safe play no matter what. If he stayed in, I'm pretty sure I ate a Dark Pulse still. So I go for an Aura Sphere. It only does about 18%, but then I can go for a Psychic here and kill a Conk off, and now I'm up 6-3. He goes back into Victini here. I decide I can either go out into Marowak, which I don't really need to take damage yet, and I really don't think he'll go for a Bolt Strike here. I feel like he'll go for the VK, trying to get a kill off at least here, so I go ahead and switch out into Olomomola as he V-creates. And then he gets the lowered stuff, lowered stats, so now I predict him to just switch out, so I'll just click Wish here because I feel like he was Scarf for this matchup to be able to deal with my Lopunny, as he does switch out into Greninja and I get up a Wish. I go hard out into my Electros. I don't understand why. Now that I think about it, I made this play. I forgot I had gotten my Salt Vest knocked off, I think, during the match. So I just died to the Scald. But this lets me go hard out into my Lopunny and just click Return, and I kill off the Greninja. So now, with the 2 lawns left, Marowak just wins the game, straight up. So he goes out into Victini, and I just go into Alola Marowak because it's a safer switch, and he predicts Olomomola trying to get another kill, gets Bolt Striked, and I just drink that because I am Lightning Rod. So then he goes out into Manectric because I Earthquake, because Earthquake hit both of them, and it just kills, and then he goes out into Victini, clicks V-Create, doesn't kill me, and dies to an Earthquake. So GG to Jadk. We are now 2-3. I'm good at talking. 2-3 plus 4 now. And we got another win with bringing some of older Mons. We brought Mew this week again, and Olomomola. Olomomola has been kind of a crutch since I got it. I really like the thing. It's a great pivot. It is setup fodder, so I'm going to have to be careful in the next coming weeks if somebody tries to abuse Olomomola for that way. So yeah, that is the Week 5 matchup versus Jadk. I face Jar Jar Binky Week 6. Good luck to you in the upcoming week. See you guys.